This is St. Louis Cardinals baseball on a scorching, hot, humid day here in Atlanta. It's the St. Louis Cardinals and the Atlanta Braves, game number 3 of the series. Cardinals looking for a sweep. Erica Weston is here. That's Jim Edmonds. I'm Dan McLaughlin. Welcome to Cardinals baseball. The Cardinals have been scoring late in this series and also scoring in bunches, and that means Paul DeYoung with the long ball.
Yeah, he's been doing it again. Nice and calm every day at the plate. Can't tell if he's going good or going bad, but right now he's on fire. Some big home runs. You see the stats right there. 4 for 10, 2 big home runs, double 5 RBIs and 3 runs. And you know what, Danny? He must be eating the salsa.
Eating that salsa. Now, Jack Flaherty goes for the Cardinals today. Only 22 years of age. He's got numbers that are with some of the really good pitchers in recent history. What is it about him that's made him successful?
Well, he's just another Paul DeYoung, right? He's always calm on the field. He's always in control. He pitches in, which is amazing, and that opened up for that devastating slider that he can feature.
It is a scorching, hot day here in Atlanta. Hotlanta. It's game number 3, and it comes your way next. Budweiser. Wherever legendary MLB moments happen, Budweiser will be there. By Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the St. Louis area. Find yours at your Mid-America Chevy dealer. And by Sling Television. It's live TV you love, only better. Cardinals looking for a sweep. Can it happen today? Quick turnaround after game number 2. It's game 3. Braves Cardinals coming up. Atlanta, along with Erica Weston. Jim Edmonds, I'm Dan McLaughlin. 87 degrees. It's very, very warm here in Dixie. A look at Mike Schultz's lineup today. Colton Wong at the top. Jose Martinez and then Paul DeYoung, who we highlighted in the open. Marcell Ozuna, Jed Jerko, Yadier Molina, Matt Adams, Harrison Bader, and the pitcher batting ninth, Jack Flaherty. Touki Toussaint. This will be his 4th start of the year. A record of 1-1 as he's closing in on 20 innings. The walks high, 13 in 17 and a third. His Hyundai pitch arsenal, a fastball that can reach 94 miles an hour, a curve, and he's got a good splitter. The average against the split-fingered fastball is only .03. So you're talking about a guy that if he throws that splitter, it's very, very tough.
A lot of guys with splitters like that, but got a good one, and it spins just like the fastball. You saw that changeup last night a couple of times out of the left-hander and the right-hander for the Braves. You see the same spin, the ball just never gets to the plate, so it's very hard to pick up, especially on a bright day game like today.
Colton Wong is swinging a hot bat for St. Louis, and the first pitch taken for a ball. He's 5 for 7 in this series. Hit by pitch and a walk as well. And the average is up to 250. Third baseman Camargo in. And Wong lifts a fly ball out to left. Going back, Acuna. And he'll make the catch. It brings in Jose Martinez. Maybe wondering about the name of Touki Toussaint. He was born in Florida in 1996. Shortly after he moved to Haiti with his mom, Kahaso Kiti, and father Danny Toussaint. And we point out their names because when you combine them, Toussaint Kiti, you get Touki. And that's why he has that name. Jose Martinez, and the first pitch up and in. You'll notice that this right-hander always works from the stretch. Tukey was the only player at the Futures game this past year to represent Haiti. And ever since the Rawlings factory left the country due to political tension back in 1990, it's now in Costa Rica. Tukey's father, Danny, was a senator. And royalty in a country like Haiti. And Tukey, therefore, lived a very protected life. Bodyguards at school, soccer games, maids at home. Moved back to Florida when he was 8. And his mother made him do the dishes. He said he was not ready to do that. So he had to learn quickly. The 2-1 pitch to Martinez. And it's 3-1. SunTrust sign just holding strong.
Like hitting the bull in Bull Durham.
You got it. 3-1 pitch. Martinez hits it just foul. And not by much at all. Tukey was named the AA Player of the Year for the Braves. Put up some big numbers all year long. Across AA, then AAA. 2.38 ERA. To go along with 163 strikeouts. Made his debut in the big leagues back on August 13th. 6 innings, couple of hits against the Marlins. Three-two pitch inside, and it's a 1-out walk. The Braves defensively with Acuna Jr., Inciarte, and Markakis in the outfield. Camargo, Swanson, Albies, and Freeman along the infield. Tyler Flowers behind the plate. Around the horn presented by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. How does a guy with just an easy swing, Jimmy, hit the ball out of the ballpark? And that's what we see from Paul DeJong.
Body position, stays behind the ball, and he gets good extension. You see every time he does, like last night. I'll take a look at it really quick. Watch where he finishes. See how long he is at the end? Look at the length in the bat. And that's just getting that. That's almost like that golf swing. Those golfers are so small and they hit the ball so far. It's all about that length through the zone, and he gets good extension, makes contact with both of his hands out front. Just some guys have it, some guys don't.
Inside, 2 balls and no strikes, and he's fallen behind on the first 3 hitters he's seen. It's another game last night which the Cardinals had 10 or more strikeouts, but damage done late, and St. Louis would win game number 2.
They stuck with it, didn't they? They just kept grinding, kept grinding. Yadi Molina's bat of the year last night. Big base hit. That's just typical Cardinal baseball right now. They're just trying to get it done any way possible.
You can look at the 2 veterans for having maybe the game of the year. Adam Wainwright on Sunday when the Cardinals needed him the most, and maybe the at-bat of the year from Yadier Molina, the 2 veterans that have been around here a long time. 2 balls and 1 strike on Paul DeJong. Inside corner, Jim Wolf calling the balls and strikes. DJ Rayburn down at first. Sam Holbrook, he's the crew chief at second. Vic Carapazza is at third. The umpires for today. 2 balls and 2 strikes on DeJong. And a ground ball hit left side. Out at second, the turn, and a double play. Jack Flaherty to the mound for St. Louis, as Toussaint gets the inning-ending double play. Flaherty, sensational this year. The 22-year-old to the mound when we come back. 7. That number 8 and 7, that record doesn't really define how good he's been, Jimmy, this year.
I mean, if you don't watch every day and you hear about Jack Flaherty and know how well he's pitched this year, to see that record will blow you away. Kind of caught me off guard, and it does every single time, because I feel like he goes out there and keeps his team in the game each and every time he goes out there, but for some reason it's just not getting some wins when he needs them.
So Jack Flaherty is on the mound for St. Louis. The lineup for the Braves: Acuna, Inciarte, and Freeman. Then Markakis, Carmago, Albies, Flowers, Swanson, and Toussaint. Acuna, 100th career game last night. Popped his 26th home run. RBI number 57. Did have 3 strikeouts. Crucial error in left. But not a bad start at all. First 100 games, 116 hits for Ronald Acuna Jr. But with that, some strikeouts as well, 110. First pitch swung on and missed, and we're underway for Jack Flaherty this afternoon. Nothing in 2, and a good fastball at 94.
To show you Jack Flaherty's poise right there. Start the game off with a breaking ball. Knowing this young man is ready to hit, doesn't faze him at all. He's just going to make his pitch.
Outside corner and a strikeout. Three pitches and a strikeout for Flaherty.
Take a look at where this pitch is. Right exactly where it's supposed to be. Good job by Yachty. Good job by Jack.
And a good job by you by putting together our Toyota key to the game.
You like that, Jack? Be Jack. Just go out there, pitch your game. Don't start worrying about all of the playoff implications coming to a head. Just be yourself and keep pitching like you're capable of pitching.
Ender Inciarte, 4 pitches, 4 strikes for Flaherty. Inciarte hitting .260, 10 home runs, and he's driven in 58. I like the fact that on our graphics we include the OPS, which is such an important number in baseball, on base plus slugging, to give you that true look at what kind of season a player has had. 5 pitches, 5 strikes. 6 pitches, 6 strikes.
I feel that when you have good players, maybe sometimes in cities that you don't get to see very often, I don't feel like stats can ever do it justice. And I like that you said that, because I'm not a big OPS fan, because I like, and everyone calls it the eye test, which I don't like either. I like the fact that you can watch a player and watch him develop, but also see what he does for your team day in and day out. It's like you go into new cities all the time and you ask sometimes about a player and they say, man, you got to watch this kid all year. He's amazing.
Yeah.
And that is true test of grit, talent, heart. And when you get somebody to talk about you like that, you know you're a player.
I did a radio show this morning and with our buddy Eduardo Perez. Now he's trying to cover every team and he's asking me about Wong and Bader, and it's exactly what I said. Following up on what you're talking about, you got to see these guys play every day defensively.
Yeah.
Because when you do, you get the true feel of how good they are.
Yeah, and now there's just so much going on, and you can't see every highlight show all the time, and sometimes they don't even get to the game if it's later in the night. So yeah, you got to watch some of these guys play to appreciate them. I think that Yachty Molina's that way, right?
Absolutely.
None of his stats do it justice anymore. Okay, the caught stealings aren't there where they used to be. Why?
No one runs.
No one sees the way he frames the pitch. No one sees his relationship with the pitcher, his relationship with the umpires, relationships with the team, and then the big hits that he has, especially like last night.
Down the left field line and out of play. Tony La Russa has told both of us time and again they do not win without Molina, in particular in 06, guiding that staff that had been hurt with some injuries. Said he was just amazing in that postseason run. 2-1 is Ground ball softly hit foul to Eric Young, the third base coach. Freddie Freeman is homered in this series, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 5 for 10, a double, home run. He's driven in 2 in the series. And a 2-2 pitch. I think the right place to be today here at the ballpark, find shade. Warm, bright.
Opposite of where we are.
Sunshine coming right in on us.
I feel like we're sitting on a lawn chair at the beach right now in a suit.
3-2 pitch. And a base hit for Freddie Freeman.
Gosh, this guy just keeps on hitting, doesn't he?
Good player. Has been for a long time. Cardinals defensively around the horn, presented by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Ozuna, Bader, and Martinez in the outfield. Jerko, DeYoung, Wong, and Adams on the infield. And Yadier Molina is behind the plate. Nick Markakis batting cleanup today. Cardinals were swept by the Braves in St. Louis back on the 29th of June. And Redbirds trying to return the favor here in the Braves' own backyard. Cardinals, by the way, have won 8 straight here in Atlanta. So 2 outs and a runner at first. Slowly hit, ground ball. Wong backhands and flips to DeYoung. Base hit by Freeman, left stranded. After 1, there's no score. And franchise mode, plus get free weekly stats, roster updates, and more. RBI Baseball 18 available now. Learn more at RBIGame.com. Rated E for everyone. Marcell Ozuna, Jed Jerko, and Yadier Molina. Ozuna with a near home run last night, hit one off the wall in right field. That's pulled sharply to third, and a nice play made by Camargo.
Talk about the hot corner again. Better be ready. Didn't look that tough, really, right? But that ball's probably coming off the bat about 100 miles an hour.
At least. Jed Jerko. Jerko batting .268, 11 home runs, and he's driven in 45. And the outfield is straight away. And he hits it down the left field line. Foul. Been talking about it the last couple of nights. And here this afternoon, the amount of Cardinal fans that we've run into here in Atlanta, walking around the ballpark, it is loaded with St. Louis Cardinal fans. 2 balls and a strike.
We actually had a shot of the crowd, and it was a long pan. And it was literally looked like we were at home in St. Louis.
That looks like a really fun day at the ballpark.
Nice, cool and breezy afternoon.
It is hot. 2-2 the count. My understanding is it's going to be warm in St. Louis tomorrow, but then the weekend really cools off. We've got San Francisco in town, and good seats still remain. Reminder that the game on Saturday is at noon, so if you have a ticket, it's at noon this Saturday. Fouled back. The 2-2 pitch. Misses low. You know, the one thing about this ball game with Toussaint, we mentioned the walks, and that's an issue. And right now an issue for the Braves, looking at a big picture, their bullpen. So you might get into this bullpen early. That's fouled back.
Yeah, that's a big issue right now for the Atlanta Braves. If you're the manager over there, you're hoping you can get at least 6 strong innings out of your starter. Got to keep his pitch count down, though, and hopefully throw some strikes.
9th pitch of the plate appearance for Jed Jerko right here. Pulled foul, we'll have a 10th.
95-mile-an-hour fastball in off the plate. Jed's ready for it.
On deck, Yadier Molina. Outside corner, and Jed thought he had ball 4. First strikeout for Toussaint.
Tough at bat right there too. He's wild inside. Slider almost hit him. Fastball's in off the plate. He's trying to pull him. It's really hard as a hitter to not start to cheat a little bit, and then you get that ball away. You got no chance to pull the trigger.
Here's Yadier Molina. Molina has picked it up the last 3 games. No coincidence. With that, the Cardinals have won 3 in a row. Finale against the Dodgers on Sunday. First 2 in this series, and Jim Edmonds saying maybe the at-bat of the year last night was the home run in game 1, and then the key at-bat last night that brought in 2 for runs batted in, and then a 3rd after the air by Acuna left.
It was like 6 or 7, maybe 8 at pitch at bat against a nasty left-hander, and he hung in there. And I said, you know, if you hang in there long enough, he's bound to make a mistake, but you also got to hit it. And he does an amazing job at that.
Inside pitch, and there's ball 4. So 2 walks already for Toussaint. And it brings in Matt Adams. He was announced as a pinch hitter, then pulled back as the Braves then went to a lefty. Cardinals countered with Patrick Wisdom, who struck out with the bases loaded, and then we saw the hit by Yadier Molina. 21 home runs for Big City. Played very well here in Atlanta. Then signed by Washington and traded away to the Cardinals when the club was in LA in late August. One pitch. mentioned the other night, he played so well, it was to the point that Adams was at first base, and Freddie Freeman, to keep Adams' bat in the lineup, went over to third, which was his first position in the big leagues and in pro ball. 2 strikes on Matt. And the 1-2. Called third strike. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Flaherty back to work, no score. Cardinals rookie single season. And Jack Flaherty, with a couple of strikeouts after that first inning, has now moved ahead of Shelby Miller. Coming up on Dizzy Dean and Rick Ankiel. The BP brighter picture. Jack has gone 8 straight starts, 4 hits, and that's it, or under that mark. I mean, that is incredible. 18 of his 25 starts have seen 4 hits or fewer and a 193 average. It's the best in St. Louis history among rookies, 5th best in baseball history with at least 25 starts. So get the idea that this guy's year has been awfully special.
I was talking about the record not being where everyone would have thought it would be with the way he's been pitching.
Johan Camargo. 4 days rest. Average against Flaherty 186. 5 days 182. Well, he's filthy here early on.
I'll tell you what, sometimes day games early like this, it's so bright, and it's pretty clear today and bright. It's tough to pick up spin. You would think it'd be the opposite. It's almost better to hit at night. You get so used to it. Take advantage of throwing those little sliders with not a whole lot of spin on them. Little cutters, ball moves just enough. Got to really concentrate.
If you're wondering, a 2.14 ERA in day games for Flaherty. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jammed him, and that'll drop foul. Cardinals played just a ton of day games first half of the season. Most they had played in a number of years in the time frame of the first 3.5, 4 months of the regular season. 1-2 pitch. Jammed him again. Cardinals have gone 2-4 in their last 6 opportunities to sweep. Another chance here today. The 1-2 pitch. Got him way out in front. Third strikeout already for Jack Flaherty.
Filthy breaking ball. Ball stays down. Bottom of the zone. You got to respect that fastball, especially after you threw one in for a strike, which is important. Earlier in the at-bat with the jam shot foul ball, and so now all of a sudden you think, oh man, I can hit that. I got to speed up a little bit, and then the breaking ball, you have no chance.
Ozzie Albies. First pitch, a strike. Some talk around Atlanta that, it's getting a little tight for them, even though a 5.5 game lead. They have a 4-game losing skid coming into this ball game today. Phillies 5.5 back, Washington 6.5. And the Braves and Phillies play the first of 4 tomorrow and still have 7 games remaining against each other. Jerko in foul territory to make the catch. So there's still a chance for the Phillies. And the Braves right now with a bullpen that's struggling. 4 losses in a row. Magic number sits at 7. 5.5 game lead over the Phillies.
Regardless of the outcome, you do not want to go into the playoffs limping. And right now they're limping in. Could you imagine if the Phillies came in here and started getting hot? It would be some kind of a major collapse.
Kevin Gossman will go tomorrow. Julio Teheran in game 2 for the Braves. Off day tomorrow for the Cardinals. Here's Tyler Flowers. Congratulations to the Memphis Redbirds. Just won their PCL championship as well as the AAA championship. John Gant, Dakota Hudson, Austin Gomber, Jack Flaherty, Daniel Ponce de Leon. No particular order was the starting rotation for Memphis to begin this year. And they're all now with the Cardinals.
Would you say how many guys have gone through there this year? Was it in the 60s?
It's in the 60s, high 60s, I believe. And only 9 players remain from the original roster. Here was the final out against Durham. And Stubby clapped back-to-back PCL championships. A 14-4 win and the AAA championship.
All I can think about is they're going to have to buy 16 rings for all the guys that have been up and down all year.
Now here's a question for you. Does Waino get one? Michael Wacha?
Maybe.
They helped.
They did help.
Mike Shield telling me before the game Adam Wainwright's next start will be Saturday. John Gant will go Friday. Miles Michaelis on Sunday. So Gant, Wainwright, Michaelis for the weekend. 3-2 fouled back by Flowers.
That's still, I mean, you can't say enough about that AAA team. I mean, it really is amazing. I don't know, you can't give enough credit to everyone that's gone through there, especially the coaching staff. About some of the field coordinators for the minor leagues that have obviously had to help out and get people to that level and actually get them ready.
Gary LaRocque oversees the minor leagues. 3-2 pitch. Did he go? He did. It's a strikeout. Flowers strikes out. Flaherty now with 4 through 2 innings. No score here in Atlanta. He's been messing with the Cardinals first couple of days, and Yachty and Jose Martinez having a little fun. I want to wish a happy birthday to Jay Randolph Sr. Turns 84. Jay, we're thinking about you. Happy birthday. Can't wait to see you at the ballpark. Such a class man, great broadcaster, and a good friend. Happy birthday to Jay Randolph Sr. Nothing but class. Harrison Bader, Jack Flaherty, and Colton Wong for the Cardinals. Oh, he's hit by the pitch on the helmet. You talked about it during innings. Between innings, Toussaint has been all over the place here this afternoon.
All over the place is right. But up and in and around, and the breaking ball has been in off the plate. There's nowhere you can go when this ball is coming at you when you're down in that bunting position. And everyone, if you're getting close, and even in Little League, you have to turn away from the pitch. Do not try to just duck out of the way. He does a good job right there. Turning away to the inside to protect your face. Take it off the back. Take it off the back of the head, wherever. Do not try to just back away from it, going backwards.
Did you have it, and it's become more in play as Jack Flaherty digs in? The face mask coming around the cheekbone. Was that
I think I've
with you?
seen one or two guys ever have that in my career, and that was kind of later.
It was probably because they were hit.
Someone got hit. Yeah, I can't think of who it was, but I do remember seeing it. But it is obviously pretty common now. I noticed the other day too, it was even going another step further. Watching NFL games, and if you pay attention now, their face masks now are coming lower down by the jawbone to protect a lot of the lower jaw, especially with the quarterbacks.
I would like to say that I saw it, but I haven't watched a snap of the NFL this year.
Actually, the reason it started my thought process because I was actually watching a college game the other day, and they had it. It's pretty obvious. It's pronounced. It's coming down now. It's a totally different helmet, and it's really coming low around the jawline. It's not like it used to be just around the ear. So it's everyone's starting to pay attention.
Flaherty squares, bunts it foul for strike 2.
And how about for Jack Flaherty? He's watching everything that's going on, and then you go in there and you're asked to bunt. Not comfortable. Look at the way he just spins out of the way of this as fast as he can. You gotta get down, get out of there. Still gets hit, but hopefully not a spot that's really gonna hurt.
Runner at first is Bader. Outfield very shallow for Jack Flaherty. And the 0-2. Taken high. You could see where Toussaint would be a very uncomfortable at bat because he's just all over the place.
Especially for the righties. His arms and legs slinging it a little bit. His ball's running a lot. Doesn't know where it's going. Very, very uncomfortable bat for the right-handed hitters.
And the 1-2 instead of check on Bader. Big gap in left center for Jack Flaherty. Hitting 146. No home runs, no runs batted in.
This might be a guy, if you see a lot of them, it's in your league, you might just throw a bunch of lefties out there.
Inside again. We talked about it, the issues with the walks in his starts, and he's already walked 2 today and hit a man.
I'll tell you what, too, I think that dugout's not getting a little irritated over there on the gray side. Start paying attention. Even though he's not trying to do it, it gets a little old after a while.
18 balls, 18 strikes in the 36 pitches. And Flaherty a strikeout. Reminder, the Cardinals sweatshirt coming up September 22nd. Cardinals.com/promotions. It's presented by Modern Agriculture, supported by Bayer. Tickets at Cardinals.com/promotions. And again, the game on Saturday at noon if you have a ticket. First time through the lineup, 3 strikeouts. A win today completes the sweep and brings the Cardinals record back to 500 in September if they can get it. They're 8-9. As Wong hits it to Freeman, out there, back to first, and a double play. The second double play Cardinals have been into. Midway through 3. No score. Score here in the bottom of the 3rd. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Cardinals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals. Along with Jim Edmonds, Erica Weston, I'm Dan McLaughlin. Jack Flaherty has struck out 4, allowed just 1 base hit. As we head to the home half of the 3rd, Dansby Swanson, Tukey Toussaint, and Ronald Acuna Jr. Erica will have a report on Acuna facing Jack Flaherty coming up.
It's Dansby Swanson, right?
Dansby
Swanson.
And it's not the call to the Wilson.
What did I call him last night?
Dansbury.
It's just smushed it together. It's easier with just one name. Might be his new nickname soon.
'18 series before Mike Matheny was let go. The Cardinals, no other way to put it, they were struggling as they won just 5 of the 18. And then since that time, they played 18 with Mike Schilt, won 13. And have gotten themselves squarely in the hunt for the playoffs. If you finish with the top wild card, you host at home, and that's winner take all. Braves had that against the Cardinals in 2012. That play-in game, the first of its kind, and it was crazy. Infield fly game with Pete Kozma, Matt Holliday, and Sam Holbrook. Cardinals went on to win the game. Won the division series against the Nationals. They were heavily favored. Steven Strasburg was held back with the innings limit. And a famous play in both teams' history, recent history, as that was the infield fly called with Holiday coming on and Cosma going out. Sam Holbrook with that call, and Sam at second base here today. Cardinals fell short in 7 games in the league championship series. Remember all that cans and garbage thrown on the field. Folks upset, understandably so, in a play that went the Cardinals' way.
I'll tell you what, though, probably was not a great call, but in Atlanta, if that ball would have fallen maybe a foot onto the outfield grass, they would have thrown stuff on the field anyways. Because when that ball falls, you just expect it to be a hit. You forget there's actually rules to prevent somebody from dropping the ball or making some crazy plays with more than a couple guys on. I have to say that ball could fall anywhere on the field and they would have had an issue with it.
The Cardinals in the league championship series were up 3-1 and facing Barry Zito at home. And there was a comebacker to Lance Lynn that should have been an inning-ending double play, and it wasn't made. And all of a sudden the floodgates open and you could not stop the Giants. They got on fire and wound up winning that series. If not, you're talking about the Cardinals in 11, 12, 13 going to 3 straight World Series. 2-2 the count on Touki Toussaint. And the 2-2 pitch.
Ooh, good pitch. Tough pitch to call a strike because it looks like it's breaking around the plate, but Fox Box does not lie.
And Toussaint lifts a fly ball out to right. Backing up Martinez. Acuna coming up, and we check in with Erica.
Dan, 2 possible Rookie of the Year candidates in Jack Flaherty facing Ronald Acuna Jr. today. Jack Flaherty got the best of him in the first inning there today, but Acuna obviously one of the front runners when it comes to that conversation. But according to Mike Schill, he says it's about consistency. You got a pitcher versus an everyday player, but you look at the adjustments that are made for all the information available, so people are able to make adjustments to what you're doing. If a guy's able to do all of that, knowing that's how this league is, and be consistent with the number of quality starts he has, that's a pretty strong body of work.
It's what everybody says in this game. Can I be consistent? There's a ground ball hit sharply to short. DeYoung up with it. Thank you, Erica, for the report. 2 of the game's young stars, Jack Flaherty, Ronald Acuna Jr. And there's no score. Here in Atlanta, day baseball, early start, quick turnaround after last night. Cardinals will get home reasonable hour, you would think, tonight in St. Louis. Have the off day tomorrow and get her going for Friday night against San Francisco. Remaining schedule, our Budweiser What's on Tap. Note the start time again on Saturday. We keep harping on that. Want to make sure we have our big crowds and they understand the start time. So 6:30 pregame show Friday, national game on Saturday. We'll be back with you on Sunday. It's Gant against Madison Bumgardner, Wainwright, Derek Rodriguez, Michaelis, and Suarez on Sunday. The Budweiser What's on Tap. Well, it's fun to come to the ballpark, isn't it, and have a chance?
A little more exciting.
You bet.
Each and every day.
It's all you want. Meaningful games late, and the Cardinals have that with every pitch, every inning, every game. Martinez, DeYoung, and Ozuna. And a fly ball into right. The catch is made. Cardinals still looking for their first base hit. They've had base runners all 3 innings. Here's Paul DeYoung. Mentioned that Wainwright goes on Saturday. I think it was the game of the year for the Cardinals. They were pounded in that series by the Dodgers, and Waino stopped everything.
Even the fact that it was him coming back.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Makes it even bigger.
It was okay, not great against the Pirates. But it was vintage Wainwright in many ways on Sunday. As DeYoung pops it up. Shallow right. Freeman in foul territory. Can't make the catch. What do we say, Jimmy? You give a major league player another chance, sometimes he'll make you pay. Many times.
I like the fact that Freddie Freeman almost went Little League on us and threw his glove down. Shows you how frustrated it is. Probably looking straight up into that sun. Relatively easy play, but not an easy play. For back to the plate, it's never easy.
0-2 the count on Paul DeYoung. And this time he strikes him out. That's 4 today. And 2 away with the batter Marcell Ozuna. All Sundays, including this weekend, starting 2 hours prior to every home game. Enjoy games, prizes, free North Star ice cream treats while supplies last. That's in the Ford Plaza, presented by Prairie Farms. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, hit batter. 2 double plays turned behind Toussaint.
Effectively wild today. Got a good sinker, moving the ball around. Throwing a couple balls at guys. Keeping him off balance. Getting that ground ball when he needs it.
Marcell Ozuna lined out to third, first time up. A ball and a strike. Hit the other way and sinking liner to base hit. That was like a nice wedge. Put a little English on it.
Did you see it back up?
Just deaden it on the green.
On the grass up there. Just kind of thinking the same thing.
They all count.
Just got to stay with it. Look at it, stays inside the ball. Just battling against a guy like this. Take whatever you can.
So the Cardinals have their first hit. Brings in Jed Jerko. Wherever you may be, we hope you're enjoying Cardinals baseball. Early start. We have fans literally all over the world checking us out on Fox Sports Midwest. East Coast, Midwest, out west. Early start for those folks. 0-2. For my partner, this will be his final game of the season with us. But we hope he wants to come back next year. We'll find out. Put you on the spot, Jimmy. We have 5 different analysts, so Brad Thompson will be with us this weekend, Al Raboski next week, and Tim McCarver to finish it up in Chicago. Here's a 1-2. When you were playing, I wasn't sure if you'd be a broadcaster, if you'd want to do it. And now you've just slid right into the booth, and it's just like home, isn't it?
Yeah, all of those things you said are true, except for the last one.
It doesn't feel like home yet,
No,
huh?
not yet.
I haven't treated you well?
Still a lot of work.
I don't take care of you?
You take care of me, yes, for sure.
I thought we were best buds.
You take care of me on the air. I run and get you something to drink in between innings.
That's right. It's a perfect relationship.
There you go.
I take you home.
Yep.
You FaceTime your kids, and I jump right in and talk to them.
There you go.
Find out how Landon's doing with the fall ball now.
He's in school today. Nice and early.
Lando, what's up, baby?
Too bad he's not watching today.
Inside 2-2. How tough were these games this late in the season for a player to bounce back?
It's early. It really is. It was the kind of not the topic of the conversation between the players, but actually everyone else around, especially with the super late starts here. And it's funny, super late, and by 30 minutes extra, the length of games now are a little bit longer, so that extra start time creates a little bit longer of a day. And you turn around and all of a sudden you got a 9 o'clock bus.
I think we got back right around midnight, maybe a little bit before last night, back to the team hotel. And
I think that people don't understand, or I'm sure you do, because a lot of people stay up and watch the games, but when you play enough night games, when you get back to the hotel, you're not going straight to sleep.
oh no.
And then we're not talking half hour. It's usually an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours before you can get to bed. So you don't get to bed by 2 o'clock in the morning, and you're getting up for 8 o'clock to get ready to get on the bus, pack up your stuff, and get all your luggage out the door. It's a quick turnaround.
You just can't shut it off. You know, guys are thinking about the game. You're still mentally in it. Juices are flowing.
3 days prior, you had a flight at that time of the night, and you landed here, what, 3 o'clock in the morning. So
It's about that. It was, yeah, 3:34, something like that.
Doesn't add to the, it doesn't really help the situation, because now all of a sudden you're a little bit later, and you start to develop later and later sleep times. And yeah, these quick turnarounds are sometimes tough. You just gotta, I felt like I had a mindset that you had to get up and get some food and get charged and ready to go to work, or you were going to be dragging the rest of the day.
Up and into Yadier Molina.
If you wake up like I'm tired, this is brutal, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Runners at first and second. 1 ball, 1 strike as Molina kind of glanced back and glared back at Toussaint. Runners go, and a strike, so a double steal. Runners at second and third. Seen that a lot with Mike Schill, taking advantage of a situation. Guys maybe not paying attention with 2 outs, and
he's not slow to the plate either, so
no.
This was not paying attention.
And the 1-2. Fouled back, in a good cut by Yadi. A lot of long nights this season for guys like Mark Walsh and Ernie Moore and his crew, and they do such a fabulous job. And C.J. Cherry, longtime traveling secretary of the St. Louis Cardinals, and we appreciate everything they do for us. These guys put in some long hours. 1-2. A strikeout of Molina. Cardinals strand a pair. 2 strikeouts in the inning. And that's for today. Older, take home an adult winter hat with flaps, courtesy of Cooper Tires. Stay warm. Cardinals.com/promotions.
We could really use that right now.
That winter hat with flaps.
Yep.
Well, it's supposed to be a little chilly at the ballpark this weekend. Might be perfect. You get the sweatshirt giveaway. Come to another game, you get the flaps. You're ready to roll.
Ready to go for the winner.
You got it. Celebrating their wedding anniversary here at the ballpark, Dennis and Denise Dotem. And they have connected with their son, Deke. Last year they got together with Jim Hayes and had a wonderful note for us. Very wholesome family. Dennis, Denise Dotem, and their son, Deke. One and one. Tied him up. 2 strikes. 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup for the Braves. Inciarte, Freeman, and Markakis. Two and two. Flaherty has struck out 5. That includes Inciarte. Struck out 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. Braves have 1 hit. That was Freeman. In the dirt. And the count runs full. Fourth full count of the day. And that's yanked foul down the line. Up Up the middle, right past Flaherty and into center field for a leadoff base hit. Ender Inciarte. He's got 25 stolen bases, so keep an eye on him. It brings in Freddie Freeman right past the glove of Jack Flaherty.
Just missed it. I thought he had a chance for it, but not quite.
Mike Maddox was talking about Flaherty before the game. He said the one thing that makes him successful, makes him tick, is that the bar is set so high. He does it for himself. His career important to him. Preparation, workouts, all important to him. He said at 22 he's mature above his age. That's what makes him different. Left center. Bader back, looks up, and it's gone. Freddie Freeman with a 2-run homer.
In this location again with the fastball out over the plate. Freddie Freeman is a good hitter. Early on, pulled the ball that was inside off the plate, gets the ball out over the plate, drives it in the gap. Left center field for a home run. Jack's not been able to throw a slider for many strikes for the last couple hitters, and having to come back with that fastball. Got beat right there.
So a single, 2-run homer, and now Nick Markakis. Cardinals trailing 2-0 here in the home half of the fourth. One ball and one strike. Markakis grounded out. Fielder's choice. The slider drops in for a strike. One-two pitch. Ground ball. Wong had to back up and makes the play. Pretty nifty, huh?
Yeah, he was
got in between.
Kind of played himself into an in-between hop and used his hands right there at the end to make sure he didn't tie himself up. Make an adjustment, and then sometimes you do. You have to get out of the way. The body has to get out of the way so you can free up your hands. Kind of got caught in between. Nice play.
Johan Camargo. And the first pitch taken for a ball.
I don't know about you, but check swing. Actually, I think he did go around. It didn't look like it, but I think they called it. But I don't know. I was going to say I don't know about you, but I don't know if I'd throw this kid a fastball.
No. I'm with you. 0-1 pitch. The thing about Jack, he's got good sink, real good slider. At times he'll get that home run hit against him. And that's just, many times it's the slider just spins.
Yeah, and this one was just too many sliders that he couldn't get over the plate. So he had to throw the fastball.
Going to the count.
It's the thing, though, too. I mean, you watch highlights enough, and I always say this. You see the same guys doing the same thing, right? How many times have you seen Freddie Freeman hit that ball in the seats because you've gotten behind a little bit and just made a pitch that didn't catch the corner of the plate?
That's pulled foul. Camargo missed 4 games and returned to the Braves lineup on Monday. Then with a groin issue. And an 0-2 pitch. Struck him out. Molina hops up and the throw to Adams. It's 6 strikeouts now for Jack Flaherty. He's gotten the next 2 after the home run hit by Freddie Freeman.
Good job.
Nasty.
Yep, staying with it. Staying with that breaking ball. Recognizing that he is struggling a little bit. He hasn't even come close to hitting the breaking ball fair. Got to keep throwing it to him. Make them look like they're going to be close and have them finish out of the zone.
So 2 outs and nobody on. And a strike. Ozzie Albies. Fly ball into left center. Bader makes the catch. Freddie Freeman's had a big series. 23rd home run. 91 runs batted in. 2-run shot. Braves on top. Here in the top of 5, Matt Adams leads it off. Cardinals hit back-to-back singles by Ozuna and Jerko in the 4th, and that has been it. 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, hit batter from Touki Toussaint, and a strike on Adams. Called out on strikes back in the 2nd inning. We shift on here for Big City. I noticed that Adams is one of the players that will find my partner Jim Edmonds continually to talk about hitting, even outfield play, just to see where he's at. You get a good look at it. We watch him every night.
Yeah, he's always trying to learn. I think that's important. Trying to figure his way out every day, trying to do something better, get better each day.
And he strikes out for the 2nd time. 5 today for Toussaint.
Caught in between right there. Well, this kid's got some good stuff, obviously. See, guys are uncomfortable moving the ball around. Got a good breaking ball. 95, 96 every now and then. Hit a guy in the head every now and then, and you keep people off balance.
That's what he did with Bader his first time up. Hit him on the helmet.
With the breaking ball, no less, but still.
It's hard to believe it's been 15 years since Adam Wainwright was traded by the Braves to St. Louis. John Sherholtz was the GM at the time. He said, Adam is our #1 pitching prospect. That was tough to do under the circumstances. We had no choice. Cardinals trade J.D. Drew, Eli Marrero to the Braves for Ray King, Jason Marquis, Adam Wainwright. All three serviceable too. And obviously Wainwright will become a future Cardinal Hall of Famer. And Walt Jocketty said our biggest concern is that he could have his breakout year. It's something that we agonize about. And he was talking about J.D. Drew. As it turned out, J.D. had 31 home runs and drove in 93. Had a very good year for the Braves. But they could not keep him. Signed as a free agent and wound up being one of the great deals, I think, in Cardinals history to get Adam Wainwright.
You got that right.
Three and two the count. Bader hits it a ton in his second home run in this series. A long run. And the Cardinals get on the board on a 3-2 pitch. Harrison Bader unloads with home run number 12. Good looking player, Jimmy.
Yeah, he ran into that one too. He's trying to throw that ball down and away. He painted on him twice, and I think Harrison Bader getting a little frustrated. Stick with it, young man, and he's going to make a mistake, and he did. He hammered it.
It's the Hank Aaron Terrace where that ball landed. Bader says, hit me. All right, I'll hit you. A strike to Flaherty. So it's now a 2-1 game. Freddie Freeman, a 2-run homer. Harrison Bader with that home run. Oh, 2 the count. Flaherty tried to bunt back in the 3rd inning after Bader had been hit by a pitch and eventually struck out. 0-2 the count.
Talked about this the other day after the first game, and Atlanta Braves score in the bottom of the 4th. Cardinals come back and get a run in the top of the 5th. So they're doing a good job of fighting back if they get into a position where they give up a run or two. And this is why they've been so successful as of late.
Flaherty puts it in play and chops it to Freeman. Number 2.
Watching the 2-0 while your friends go for the steal? We understand. Great Southern Bank. We're fans too.
2-1 our score. Colton Wong, top of the lineup. Cardinals have Matt Carpenter, if you just joined us, on the bench today. Give him a little break. Off day tomorrow. We'll see him back in the lineup on Friday. Two outs and nobody on. Wong is flied to left and grounded into a double play. And takes ball 1. Only one runner in scoring position for either team on this hot day in Atlanta. Cardinals had a couple of base runners on early on and hit into double plays. They've struck out 6 times in the ball game. 2-1 the count. So Jason Isringhausen in 06 gets hurt late August. Wainwright moved into the closer's role. Did you have any idea that he'd be this good? Knew he's good, but this good?
I mean, when he came in out of the bullpen, I was shocked. A big old breaking ball. He was throwing 94, 95, very calm. Yeah, but then it's weird to just watch people develop, right? All of a sudden now, sinker, cutter, breaking ball, slider, changeup. Back then it was more just kind of fastball, curveball change, typical starter, and kind of just developed into a all-around pitcher. And you need all those pitches when you're going to go out there and throw 200 innings a year.
2 strikeouts in the inning, 7 through 5 for Tucson. But on a 3-2 pitch, Harrison Bader puts the Cardinals on the board with a no-doubter. 2-1 midway through 5.
A championship last night. Last night's starting pitcher for the Cardinals, Austin Gomber, was part of the starting rotation in AAA earlier this year. I had a chance to talk to Gomber and asked him if he'd had a chance to congratulate anybody. He said, well, no, because all of the guys, well, they're pretty much here. But he's obviously really proud of the guys down there that he played with. He said, hopefully we can get our own ring up here. It says a lot about the talent in the organization, about what we've been able to do, considering how much they fed the big league club. Just kind of come up, do the job. Same thing down there, Dan.
All right, thank you very much. Extra bases now for Tyler Flowers. It is pretty amazing, though. Mike Myers saying the other day, when asked if he had been connecting with some of his former teammates, he said, well, they're not my former teammates, they're all here.
It's like, I don't even know those guys in AAA anymore.
That's what he's saying.
It's the AA team.
Double for Tyler Flowers.
A couple of guys from single A, a couple guys have been drafted maybe this year. Never seen anything like it. Tell you what, if you don't go to spring training next year as a young player thinking you might have a chance to get to the big leagues, you're not paying attention.
There was one year, might have been 2 years ago, Dansby Swanson takes a strike. There are over 50% of those, Jimmy, in the minor leagues for the Cardinals that jumped a level. So promotion, over 50%.
Well, we had that year a couple years ago where a lot of guys got hurt again. A lot of young players got a chance, and it was almost that whole next man up motto, and I don't think that's changed since.
That's gloved by Jerko. Runner stays put, so can't advance that runner to third. You got the pitcher coming up, so chance for Flaherty to get out of this. But I think, to your point, the mindset of a minor leaguer, of course you're trying to advance and get it to the big leagues, but in this organization, they're doing it. They're promoting players.
Yeah, it's, you know, times have changed. In the old days, you had a bunch of veterans at the big league level, and they weren't going anywhere. And get stuck behind some guys, but the way the game has changed and not a whole lot of guys play every day at the same position. A lot of injuries, a lot of changeover. Like I said, if you don't go into spring training thinking you better get better because you got a chance to play this year in the big leagues, you got another thing coming. So you better prepare yourself, or you get one chance. If you don't make an impression, you might not get another.
Touki Toussaint fly to right, puts the ball in play, hit to short. DeYoung. Ball may have come up on him just a bit, but he made the play, and there's 2 down.
I was talking to Okendo yesterday, and he said that he didn't like this infield that much, and not because it wasn't done well or it's not beautiful. He said that the dirt gets chewed up with the first step, and you're right, that ball bounces up. And he compared it to sometimes in spring training when it's just a different type of dirt and it doesn't stay wet long enough. So every footprint completely, and if you can see, there's a lot of footprints down there now, but it takes up a divot where, you know, on a wetter field or with a little bit more clay, all you see is the spike marks, and it really makes it, when it's dry like this, it really makes it tough on the infielders because they're basically playing on a chewed up field as soon as the first couple guys run past them. And only he would know. He's one of the best. It's amazing to talk to him. I talk to him more and more every day.
Did you talk to him much as a player?
I did. He helped me a lot, but you know,
but you're in the outfield,
yeah,
he's infield.
And I spent more time maybe with the catchers, pitchers, and my guys in the outfield, but I listened to him a lot. He taught me a lot about the infield and how to play the game just because I kind of sat back and watched him teach other guys. But I mean, the more that you talk about it, the more he knows about every aspect of this game. Such a huge, huge help to every one of the guys that have come up and played at this level.
Here's a 1-1 pitch to Ronald Acuna Jr. I used to watch Okendo, Molina, Pujols, and that trio together set up teams, talk about pickoffs, where to play, how you pitch a certain individual, which dictated then what Pujols would do, how Yadi sets up behind the plate.
I think that's really the thing that we miss on Okendo is he's really good at being able to understand the player and who's capable of what. And when he knows you're capable of something, he's going to put you in a position to succeed. And I'm not talking about just throwing you out there. I'm talking about letting you know when you should run, and you should run. Letting Yadi know it's the time to pick. And it's just a whistle. You know, he's whistling out of the dugout like, heads up, like this is the spot. And he's not going to do that with, you know, let's say a normal backup catcher or a guy that maybe could be surprised at first base. It's when your guys are out there that you know you can trust. He's going to let you play the game, but he's also going to suggest, hey, this is the time to get out of the inning. Try it. And if you throw it away, then you know what, that's going to happen, but at least you're being aggressive.
Full count on Acuna. Fifth full count Jack Flaherty has dealt with today. 2-1 our score with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th and a runner at third base. He walked him, and a nice play by Molina to somehow keep that in front. That was not an easy play. That's the other thing, too. I just think, and we were talking with the Braves broadcasters about it, they're raving about Molina, but you take for granted this guy and that play right there.
You spiked the slider. Looked like a slider with that velocity, but yeah, you're right. It's stuff like this goes unseen, too, around the league, right? That's what we're talking about. The more you watch, the better he gets. Saved a run right there. Probably saved a double. If he hustles down to first base, he might end up at second. And then also the confidence that Jack Flaherty gets for being able to try and throw that pitch again. Can't replace that.
Ender Inciarte. I was thinking about this on the way over. Molina was on the bus that we were on, and it's going to be a day that he's not on that bus. And there's going to be some other major league catcher and wearing the birds on the bat. Now he's out to visit with Flaherty. This is part of what Yadi does.
He's definitely losing his mechanics right now.
But you're going to say, yeah, it's a good catcher. He's a major league catcher, but man, he's not Molina. And we saw that for almost 20 years, day in and day out.
Well, you know, the Cardinals organization was lucky that Yadi came in to the organization at the time that Mike Matheny was around. Obviously, a lot of help there. And The other person that's probably helped him the most has been Oquendo. If that situation doesn't present itself again, you don't find somebody that you can really trust in the future when Yadi's getting a little bit older or closer to retire. Just such a wasted opportunity to have somebody learn the tricks of the trade, and that's what I call, there's a lot of things that go unnoticed that he can help with, that you want somebody to be around to learn from the best.
That gets away. Put the slider, it looked like, and a run was scored. It's back to a 2-run Atlanta lead. It's 3-1. Then there's times that there's no chance for Molina. This may be one of them.
Watch this replay where he sets up, he wants the ball down, but then cannot slide over there when you're in that position. He's trying to help Jack out, trying to keep the ball down. He wants it away. There's not a lot you can do when the guy spikes a ball on the opposite side of the plate from what you're expecting.
So wild pitch, now 3-1 lead. That's one he'd love to have back after the leadoff double, got the next two, then the walk to Acuna, and here's Enciarte, 2 balls and no strikes. (3-0).
You can see he's falling off towards first base, opening up a little bit, so he's losing his release point. And that's the thing, though, you're still at the big league level, right? So you just can't go, all right, you can't throw a slider for a strike, throw a fastball. Throw a couple too many fastballs on the plate. Next thing you know, you'd be down 5-1.
"76 starters this year have made 25 or more starts, none of them as young as Flaherty. And he's posted that sub-3 ERA. A 3-0 pitch and a strike. 3-1.
Looks as this when Jack's falling off towards first base a little bit, shoulders are opening up, and actually will end up pushing the ball or getting under it. And you can see his ball starting to flatten out. He's getting up in the zone, and then trying to throw the breaking ball. The release point is completely off.
And now back-to-back walks. Statcast AI powered by AWS, and the home run hit by Freeman back in the 4th. I think one of the concerns for the Cardinals, Jack Flaherty closing in on a season high for innings, doing it at the big league level. This is stressful now. We're late in the season. That's what happens. I mean, young guys, even Miles Michaelis, who's not gone this deep into a season, there's concern there. And he might have hit a wall on a hot day.
Well, I think there's a lot of things going on out there, right? We have also seen him struggle in certain innings. We've seen all these young kids lose it from time to time in an inning and have to find it again. It just gets magnified when you're playing good teams or when you have a close score. I think right now, Yadi going out there and now Mike Maddox going out there, actually a double rest. I'd take these visits to the mound anytime because this is an important part of the game. Got to find a way to slow him down, calm him down. They're also trying to get the bullpen ready just in case. Maybe he can kind of reset, gather himself, and get his mechanics back.
It's a big at bat, Freddie Freeman. Red hot in this series, 2 for 2 today with that 2-run homer. 2 runners on. Jason Shreve throwing in the Cardinals' pen. And ball 1.
Talked about it last night too. Sometimes as a pitcher, when you're trying to work downhill and you're trying to throw the ball low, what you do is your chest goes forward and you're trying to push it forward with your body instead of getting on top and throwing down the hill. And that's when the ball starts to sail up like that.
2-0.
Actually the exact opposite. Stand up tall and throw the ball downhill, not get your knees down in there and push the ball.
This may be his last batter. Lefty coming up in Markakis and a switch hitter. The lefty Shreve getting loose. And it's 3-1, or rather 2-1.
Not terrible, but not great. Pitches by inning.
The 2-1 pitch to Freeman. Whacked into right field and a base hit. Martinez. His throw to the plate is cut off. And runners at the corners. And it's now a 4-1 Atlanta lead. And Freeman is driven in 3.
I thought he had a chance to
Sure did. I thought
throw
he
him out there. I don't know if maybe the throw was a little bit softer than expected, but Matt's looking around, Yadi's looking around. I don't know if there's a little miscommunication.
If he lets it go, they might have had him. That's going to be it for Flaherty. With Nick Markakis coming up. Chase and Shreve will come on. 80 pitches this afternoon for Jack Flaherty. .64 ERA. Opponents hitting .225, the 15 strikeouts, the 8 walks. Dominic Leone, Mike Myers last night. We've seen a lot of hits. Martinez. And now the Cardinals turn to Chase and Shreve. 4-1 our score. Our Chevy call to the pen. This is big. You keep this at a 3-run lead, getting into the bullpen of the Braves. Got a shot.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta shut it down. You can't let it get too far. And that's why probably they took Jack out. You could see that he was losing his mechanics and the ball was going everywhere. The Cardinals bullpen's doing a really nice job. Keep him in the game.
Here's Nick Markakis. Markakis is 0 for 2. Runners at the corners. And the 1-0 pitch. Hit out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cardinals with their 8th consecutive game in Atlanta. A win last night. Game and a half in front of Colorado for the final wild card spot. 3rd place in the Central, 5.5 out. But just 2 back of Milwaukee, with 6 remaining against Milwaukee and Chicago combined. The 1-1 pitch fouled back, 1-2. Runner goes, and a throw to second. They got him with the tag, as the ball did come out of the glove of DeYoung. They started the runner from third. And the Braves most certainly, you would think, challenge in this spot with a run on the board. If the call stands, terrific play defensively by St. Louis, and in particular the throw and the tag. His left foot is off the bag, and DeYoung then tagged him. That first replay may show that even a little bit better. Take a look at it again. So there he may have beaten him, but coming off the bag right there, just a bit, and then the ball's out of the glove, so he may be ruled safe.
It's a tough play, you're right. Tags him late, comes off the bag. All of a sudden the ball just disappears from the frame.
Big play decision coming up in this game.
You can see, watching the replay on the big screen, which you can't see on our TV though, the umpire's completely blocked, so that's the reason why the safe call originally, because he thinks that Paul's pulling the ball out of the glove.
I think this may go the Braves' way. And the run scores. Five to 1 Atlanta. So the double steal pays off for the Braves. Puts another man in scoring position in Freddie Freeman, his 10th steal of the year. Three and two the count on Nick Markakis. Well, we talked about it earlier, the Cardinals' ability to come back late in games. They're going to need that. Trailing by 4 here in the bottom of the 5th. Strikeout for Shreve. 3 runs for the Braves. They about hit the Cardinals 5-3, and they have a 5-1 lead. Mobile, Tuki Toussaint. So far, he's done a nice job. He's allowed the home run hit by Harrison Bader back in the 5th. They turned double plays behind him in the 1st and the 3rd. He's walked 2, hit a man, but strikeouts piling up again, 7 today against the Cardinals. Flaherty out of the ball game, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 5 runs, all earned. Walked 2, struck out 6. So a wild pitch, score a run, and another one that was a double steal. So the steal of home resulted in a run and some frustration here for the Cardinals in game 3. But they've got 2, 3, and 4 coming up here in the top of the 6th. Martinez has walked and also flied out to right. After today, 9 to go. And a base hit into center field. Here's Paul DeYoung. Grounded into a double play. Struck out. See if the Cardinals can't get something going. Breaking pitch drops in. Effectively wild, a term you hear an awful lot in baseball, and that's been the case with Tuki Toussaint.
Definitely has. It's been literally all over the place today. Just enough to make you uncomfortable.
Short lead at first, and the 0-1. Can't tell you how many guys he's been close to hitting, those right-handed batters.
Well, the manager, I'm going out, grabbing all my lefties off the bench and throwing them in the game. This guy's tough on right-handers. Really tough.
1 ball and 2 strikes. And DeYoung pops it up. Freeman under it. First out. Buy or sell tickets at the last minute. Get the StubHub app and you can grab 100% MLB verified tickets up until the first pitch. Sell your extras to another fan. Get the StubHub app right now. StubHub, official partner of the Cardinals. With Jim Edmonds, Erica Weston, Dan McLaughlin, and a scorching hot day here in Atlanta. Just had a brief break from the sunshine behind the clouds. 1 out, runner at first, and Ozuna takes a strike. Cardinals 44 road wins, second best in the National League, trailing only the Braves. They're just a few games above the 500 mark here at home. 0-2 the count. Cardinals with 84 wins total. 11th consecutive winning season. Something they've only done since the late 30s into the early 50s. 11 consecutive winning years. And a tapper foul. Toussaint got a double play off the bat of DeYoung. Did it again with Colton Wong. He would love his 3rd turned. 0-2 the count on Marcell Ozuna. And a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 8.
So you want to see what happens when you have a wild pitcher throwing the ball all over the place. Watch it flinch right here. Whoop. Too late. So see the ball come up and in. You have to think fastball as a right-handed hitter so you don't get hurt. You see just wild enough to keep them off balance, and that's what you get.
There's Jed Jerko, 1 for 2, had a 10-pitch at bat, struck out in the second, singled in the fourth, and takes a ball high. I know a lot of fans have asked me about Dexter Fowler. He is with the club. This road trip to Atlanta, obviously done for the year, but was born in Atlanta, Georgia, graduated from Milton, Georgia High School. He's doing some work in the workout facility for the visiting team. A ball and a strike on Jed Jerko. Outside, 2-1. Three and one with Molina on deck.
Well, if you're going to get a fastball and you're going to think it's in the zone, this probably would be the time right here.
Load up and let it rip.
Swing and a strike, but you're right.
Jerko will do that from time to time, and he looks at ball 4. So he's hit a man and now walked 3. 2 runners on for Yadier Molina. Runners at first and second. Molina has walked, and also with 2 runners on, struck out back in the 4th. Chuck Hernandez out to visit, the pitching coach of the Braves. Day off tomorrow for the Cardinals. Giants in town. First of 3 on Friday night. Good seats still remain. Great giveaways this weekend. Which always draws the fans, and so does winning baseball and a chance at postseason play. So come on down. John Gant, Madison Bumgarner. Bumgarner 6-6. Then Adam Wainwright on Saturday against Derek Rodriguez, the son of Pudge. Saw him out in San Francisco. That game at noon. So if you have a ticket, game at noon. It says later start, but it's a noon start. Miles Michaelis, Andrew Suarez. Suarez at lefty, 7-11. Michaelis now 16-4. So an opportunity here for the Cardinals with Yadier Molina at the plate. Matt Adams at the on-deck circle. 2 outs and 2 on. And Molina picks up a base hit. Martinez. He will score. And now the tying run comes to the plate. Jose Martinez waving back at Ronald Acuna, saying, you're not going to get me.
I love it. I had a great conversation with him last night about his dad, and I said, that personality is, you have his personality. His dad was some kind of a personality, and you can see why. He's waving back and really letting him know, running hard the whole way. He knows he's got a cannon. Check him out. Gotta love it.
Braves just got a lefty up, and you would think that they would potentially go in this spot with the lefty to face Adams. The Cardinals then, though, could counter with a righty. So the question is, do you want Toussaint, who's got the best of Adams with a couple of strikeouts, to face Matt Adams, or do you want to have the lefty come in and face more than likely a Patrick Wisdom?
Be hard to pull him out of the game, what he's done to Adams so far today, but what they're going to do.
He may be saying our best bet, and this is it. He's going to go to his bullpen. I was going to say his best bet may be sticking with Toussaint, not going to the bullpen, which has been much maligned here recently. Venters, the lefty, to come in and take the spot of Toussaint, with the tying run at the plate and Matt Adams. Got a ball game now. Runners at first and second. Don't go anywhere. 2 outs. Big City coming up. Representing the tying run with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Adams 0 for 2 with a strikeout against this lefty who pitched in game 2 last night of the series. You talk about it all the time, Jim Edmonds. Keep the front shoulder in, lefty, and see if you can't go the other way or get a pitch to drive.
It's a big at bat for Matt Adams right here. He struggled a little bit early. He's been a little in between, and he's been working on stuff with the hitting coaches, both of them. And he's just been trying to get a little smoother rhythm. And so this is a good test for him right here. See if he can't just have a nice, easy at bat with the ball play.
Falls behind, and this is going to be even tougher now.
The hard thing is when you work so much on trying to change things during the season, you go up there with not really a blank slate, and you're trying to think too much. And you can see he's taken a few pitches today. Probably wouldn't have taken normally and swung at some that he doesn't normally swing at.
Wild pitch. Runners advance to second and third. So base hit could make it potentially a 1-run game. Molina, your runner, though, at second base. Keep that in mind. Not running well.
Scores.
Shield saying 80-85%.
Yeah, he could score in a homer. Be all right.
Could walk then. Which he just about did a Kirk Gibson the other night. All kinds of room on the left side of the infield. 1 ball, 1 strike on Adams. Adams hits it sharply up the middle, but into the shift. Dansby Swanson was there.
Gets a nasty lefty. He hits a missile. Second baseman standing right there. That's baseball.
The shift.
Shortstop, my bad, you're right. Shortstop was shifted way over. Makes it even worse.
Frustrating, no doubt. So Toussaint out of the ball game. 5 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs. Both were earned. Walked 3, struck out 8, and gave up the home run to Harrison Bader. So Shreve, after striking out Markakis, will get Camargo, Albies, and Flowers. The first pitch fouled back just below us. Rick Horton working on the radio side along with John Rooney, and tell you what, seen many foul balls go close to the radio side, and Rick Horton, you'll find him under the table half the time. He wants no part of it, and even if he had a shot to get it, clank.
So is his partner bailing him out, or?
I don't think so. I think they just.
I think both of them are going under the table.
Not sure. I know Ricky is, though. There's Rick Horton there on the right, and John Rooney there on the left.
He's locked in.
Either that or sleeping. Two. The check swing. Johan Camargo with a pair of strikeouts. Here's Ricky. Oh yeah, ever the politician.
Oh.
Good off-speed pitch and a strikeout.
Little childhood games going between booth to booth right now.
He came in and told me that he was ripping us on the radio side, so fair play, right?
Fair play. Enough said. Enough said. Get him to wave to the crowd one more time. Let's see how much you're sweating. That blue shirt.
Ozzie Albies. I said, you cannot rip a Cardinal Hall of Famer. He said, I wasn't ripping him. I said, well, we have a good crew up here. I wasn't ripping them. Process of elimination. I got it. Ricky, always fun to be around. Positive, smile on his face. And if you ever need 4 hours to fill, he's the perfect man. Two and one. Got big off-season plans, ball game?
Not really. Might have to do a little babysitting. I guess it's not babysitting, but manning the house. Some new additions.
Yeah. You've been busy.
Been busy. My wife's been busy. I've been working.
Call this work?
I mean, technically you go to a place of, yeah, I guess so. Get paid. You do a job, then you go home.
3 and 2.
That's what America's built on. Work. There's a difference maybe in strenuous work and work.
You got that right.
I'm not doing the first one, which is strenuous work. Nonetheless, I have to put up with you and Ricky going back and forth all day, so
It's work.
It's work.
3-2 the count on Ozzie Albies.
Yachty took that ball off the face mask. Straight in the face.
Three and two the count on Albies. Fouled out, flied out, and now he walks with one out. Mike Myers is loose and ready to go. Been throwing a bit. Wouldn't take him much time to get hot today. So after the walk to Albies, Flowers coming up, Mike Myers coming on. 19 pitches for Jason Shreve. Myers to face Flowers with one out when we come back. Is brought to you by Budweiser. Wherever legendary MLB moments happen, Budweiser will be there. By Ford, going further so you can. And by the St. Louis Children's Hospital and Washington University Physicians, Guardians of Childhood. The Olympic rings, Olympics back in 1996, held in Atlanta. So the one-out walk, and now Tyler Flowers doubled and scored on a wild pitch back in inning number 5. Cardinals trail 5-2 in the ball game. Myers in. Check on Albies. He has 13 stolen bases. Chevy called to the pen. 47 appearances for Mike Myers. And ball one.
Thought we renamed that call to the Wilson. Maybe call to the Myers today.
You know what, Jimmy?
After I
look, I'm entitled to make a mistake. Okay.
Well, I think that was my fault that I gave you a little goofiness yesterday before you had to say it.
Look, if you want the blame, I'll give it to you.
I'll take it.
Martinez in right and makes the catch near the wall. Nice play by Jose Martinez.
You can tell just how much that ball travels here. They're talking about in the locker room this morning about the ball carrying, and said they thought a couple of those balls that were hit the last couple of nights would be outs in St. Louis. And especially when it gets hot here like it is today, the ball will really carry.
Jed Jerko and Matt Carpenter specifically talking about it jumping out to right. Not quite as many home runs from the first year of this ballpark is they've had buildings open up and get higher in right field, literally knocking down the wind, and the pattern of the wind as Biddle is getting loose in the Atlanta pen. Brian Snitker will ask his bullpen to get the final 9 outs, and that has not been easy here recently. 5-2 our score. Bottom of the 6th, 2 outs and a runner at first. Albies the runner at first base and the 1-0 instead of check on Albies. Lucas Duda is moved to the on-deck circle. It's Eric Young, the first base coach, hit the first ever home run at Coors Field. His son was a nice player too. I think of his son, he was with the Rockies at the time, Shelby Miller with the Cardinals. A leadoff base hit to start the game, and then 27 up, 27 down for Shelby Miller. One of the electrifying performances from Shelby, and the best in a Cardinal uniform.
Tell you what, that guy right there, EY, he was a pain in the rear to play against. He was one of those guys, always on base, always making the play. Ran hard every time. Utmost respect for that man. Still going hard. Look at him. Always smiling.
.30 to Dansby Swanson. Inside and a walk. Runners at first and second with 2 down, and Lucas Duda. The crowds haven't been great the last 2 nights and again today. School back in session, you can understand this afternoon, but the times that the Cardinals face the Braves in postseason play, you could walk up to the gate, day of the game in Atlanta, and pick up a ticket to a playoff game. Many Cardinal fans did that.
Yeah, it was pretty shocking when all those years they were winning, and then my first year here, 2000, we went to the playoffs in the first round. And nobody at the game. I think they won what, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001 and 2. Where was everybody in the playoffs? Shocked.
Quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. Cardinals saw the Braves 1982 postseason, led by Joe Torre. Cardinals won that series obviously, and then went on to win the World Series against the Brewers. 0-2 pitch to Lucas Duda. Such a big town too, spread out.
Said it yesterday, said it the day before, say it again. This is an amazing place they put together. Out here a little bit on its own. Not anymore. It's not on its own anymore.
1-2 out to right. Martinez with the catch, and Myers will strand a couple, sends us to the 7th. Harrison Bader coming up. this home run hit by Harrison Bader. Bader, one of the exciting moments for the Cardinals here this afternoon with home run number 12. He'll lead it off in the top of the 7th. Gateway Honda home run inning. Cardinals hit a home run. The Gateway Honda dealers donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Missouri. Jesse Biddle, the lefty. Opponent's only hitting .216 against him. .5-2 our score in the top of the 7th. Bader, first pitch fouled back and a good cut. The other night we were talking about the fact that the Braves allowed the lefty to face Bader. Now the splits are reverse splits, but Bader very good against left-handed pitching, and he knocked one out of the ballpark. A ball and a strike. Cardinals with 5 hits in the ball game. One ball and 2 strikes. And Bader lifts a fly ball into center. One away. O'Neill will be the pinch hitter. In September, the BJC Healthcare difference maker, the Cardinals, 42 runs, 7th inning or later, most in baseball. The BJC Healthcare difference maker. 5-2 our score. O'Neill looks at strike 1.
Not what you want to see when you come off the bench.
Here's an 0-1 pitch. A ball and a strike. Tyler Webb, left-hander, getting loose in the Cardinals' pen. Dakota Hudson up for St. Louis. One and 2 the count. Just off the plate, 2-2. Braves will still have to go through Wong and Martinez, DeYoung, Ozuna, Jerko, and Molina before this one is through. And the strikeout of Tyler O'Neill, 2 down. With 2 outs, it's Colton Wong. So tough to sweep and do it, especially on the road. Cardinals trying to do that today, but trail 5-2. Third baseman in. Camargo, Freeman back, regular position, as Wong looks at a strike. The 0-1. Colton today, flied out to left. Hit a hard ground ball to first, turned into a double play and struck out. Two and one.
He's having so much better at bats against lefties now too. Really turned his game around here in the second half again this year.
On deck, Martinez. Three-one pitch. Wong with a fly ball into right. And the catch is made. Biddle, a 1-2-3. Time to stretch. 5-2. For a weekend or stay a week, maybe a month. Cardinals Vacations provides everything you need, including hotel, game tickets, much more. Visit cardinals.com/vacations or 1-800-892-7687. Tyler Webb into the game for St. Louis. 5-2 our score in the bottom of the seventh. There's Chevy called to the pen, 19th appearance. Top of the lineup, Acuna, Inciarte, and Freeman. First pitch fouled away. Walking a run scored for the leadoff man of the Braves. A ball and a strike. Two and two. Jim Hayes will have all the post-game analysis with Al Roboski coming up. Post-game show. Erica Weston will head inside that Cardinals clubhouse. Post-game reaction. Hear from Mike Schild and the players. Jim will be on the bus. The 2-2.
Air-conditioned bus.
It's pretty warm today. This is one of our hotter days of the years. The sun beats into the the booth here at the ballpark.
Maybe we'll be lucky and get the rental car bus again today on the way to the airport.
Cunha into center. And Bader with the catch.
Injury or illness should never interrupt childhood. St. Louis Children's Hospital, guardians of childhood.
Got two of the best defensive center fielders in the game on display last 3 days. Ender Inciarte at the plate and Harrison Bader in center. Good outfield play. I love watching it.
Haven't had a whole lot of plays though. Interesting. Ball's been carrying over their heads. Tell you what, Jim Wolf's trying to keep this game moving. Just opening up the strike zone a little bit. Must have heard you say the strike zone has changed over the years.
Inciarte shaking his head. Falls behind 0-2. Shane Carl getting loose for the Braves in their bullpen. I'd love to watch great defensive play in the game. I think it's something that we don't see or highlighted all that often. Any of the highlight shows will show you home runs, triples. They're going to show you throws many times, or soft hands, or a turn on a double play. Outfield range. Those types of things that are so important in the game for winning teams. 1-2 pitch. Up and in, 2-2. Cardinals 36-22 post All-Star break. Most wins in the majors since the break. 2-2 pitch. Spoiled. Jimmy, I still go back to Sunday being the game of the year. Wainwright, if he doesn't come out and do what he did, playing catch-up, going on the road, arriving late, play a first-place club in the Braves. Good piece of hitting by Inciarte. Bobbled just a bit by Ozuna, and that'll wind up being a double more than likely. No error on Ozuna as Inciarte was hustling all the way. Once he saw the bobble, foregone conclusion, he's at second base.
It's a great piece of hitting too. Ozuna makes a nice play, just tries to get it out too quick. Oh God, might have had a chance right there if he makes a good throw.
Attention, a walk of Freeman. With that, they'll deal with Nick Markakis. That's the respect of Freddie Freeman, lefty-lefty matchup to bring in Markakis, who's in the top 5 of hitting.
Seen just about enough of you today, Mr. Freeman.
And
move on.
All series.
You don't see too many intentional walks with lefty-lefty.
Saw it a little bit with Carpenter this year when he was red hot. And so now Nick Markakis against Webb. There's your ground ball hit left side. Out there, the turn by Wong, and he threw it right. Right slide into second base. And the run does score, and it's now 6-2 Atlanta. Rare defensive miscue by Wong.
Just trying to be quick. Sometimes to be a little too quick. Don't get a hold of that ball. See right there, as soon as he let it go, it was just flying out of his hand. He didn't have a good grip, or just didn't really know where he wanted to throw it.
So the error on Wong, and now a 6-2 Braves lead with 2 outs. Johan Camargo at the plate.
What do you think? Breaking balls?
Gotta be, right?
I hope so.
Switch hitter gets a fastball right down the pipe.
Yeah, just take that one. Thank you very much.
I would imagine he's thinking the same thing.
He wasn't looking for the heater down the middle.
And he got another one.
Yeah, Yachty's got in his head. Making him think he's going to get one, get the other. I actually had Charlie O'Brien tell me what was coming one time.
Why would he do that?
It was off of Jason Beret. And I said the next at bat after I hit a homer, I said, what were you doing? He said, I thought you'd overswing and pop it up. And I hit it into the seats for a homer.
And his pitcher was real happy about that. Carl, he's had 7 scoreless appearances, covering 6 2/3, couple of holds since returning from the DL. And right shoulder inflammation, and missed 25 games. He's blown just 1 lead all season. 6-2 our score. Erica Weston, Jim Edmonds, and Dan McLaughlin with you on Fox Sports Midwest Day Baseball. Cardinals return home after the ball game today. Off day tomorrow. San Francisco in town beginning Friday. Base hit into left for Jose Martinez. On base for the 3rd time. 2 hits and a walk. Brings in the shortstop, Paul DeYoung. (6-2) our score. Runner at first. And a strike to DeYoung. 0-1 pitch. 0-2. Fouled back in a good cut. Crowd today 25,195. 25195. Here's the 0-2 pitch again, 2 to Young. Nearly hit him. Got the jersey.
Yeah, it's when you're in the dugout, that starts to get a little old after a while.
Here's a 1-2. To Young, hits it out to deep left. Acuna, it's over his head and off the wall. Ball on his way to second base, and the Cardinals have something going. Second and third, nobody out.
That's a good piece of hitting right there. Old school pitching. Throw a ball up and in, maybe try to get him off the plate. A lot of times they come back with a breaking ball. You make a mistake with it, gets hammered.
When you think about this game, Jimmy, run scored on an error, run scored on a wild pitch, on a double steal. You'd love to see him have a chance to come back, and now they have something going with 2 runners on, nobody out. 6-2 our score in the top of the 8th. The heart of the lineup coming up. Chuck Hernandez out to visit with his pitcher. This has been recently the Achilles heel of the Braves, their bullpen. And having said that, this has been one of their better relievers coming out of their pen. Winkler just got up. Dan Winkler in the Atlanta pen. Pitch to Ozuna. Popped up.
Just missed the pitch right down the middle too. A little cutter slider. Just something, all he had to do is kind of just loft it up in the air into right center and just got underneath it.
Here's Jed Jerko. Runners in scoring position, good numbers. 338 the average, 4 doubles, home run, and 33 driven in. Second and third now, 1 out. Pulls it foul. Every game down the stretch, it seems like it's close. It's a nail biter. The Cardinals can do damage late. Threatening again in this ball game. 6-2, 2 runners on. The 0-1. 0-2. Yadier Molina on deck. Cardinals 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position in the ball game. In the dirt. Base hit here brings the tying run potentially to the plate. You'd score 2. And the potential run at the plate.
Oh, one at a time, right? But every run obviously one run closer, but you start to build that little bit of momentum, and you know that this bullpen has been struggling. You don't have to look for the big home run in this situation. I'm trying to get on base right now. I'm not even worried about the runner. I'm 2 strikes. I've lost my opportunity to hit an easy fly ball into right center field now. So now I'm battling for my life, and I'm battling for a walk, or like I said, just trying to get this run in. But sometimes that fly ball in this situation for a sac fly is what you kind of the opposite of what you need, even though you'd like to get it in there, but you got to keep the line moving. Maybe even just try to get on base.
2-2. And now 3-2.
This situation, a walk might be better than a sac fly. This is when you have to be a team player and not be selfish and try to drive in this run. Have a good at bat for the team, not for yourself.
The 3-2 pitch to Jerko. Fouled away. Another 3-2. Into right. Catch made. Runner tags. Throw to the plate is not in time. Martinez scores, and it makes it a 6-3 Atlanta lead. Jerko with the RBI, his 46th. He's had some big hits in this series. That includes Monday going to right center. The home run hit by Molina was number 18, 17 of which have come away from Busch Stadium. It tied his older brother Benji for the family lead. Jose Molina had 39 round trippers. Yadi's 18 this season to match his total from last year, 4 shy of his career high. He had 22 in 2012. Runner at second, Matt Adams on deck. Hit to short. Swanson to his left to make the play. Cardinals pick up a run. Got the lead to 6-3. 39th appearance. 5 days of rest for Brett Cecil. This has been the role primarily for Brett Cecil here the last month or so. Cardinals trailing, he comes into a ball game and tries to keep it, whatever lead that may be with the opposition. You know, a lot of times players cannot go day game after night game. In particular, catchers. Apparently that's the case with the Freeze. He ran last night, but not
Freeze.
He's not running today.
Too hot.
Ozzie Albies, switch hitter, looks at ball one. Albies, Flowers, Swanson. One 0 pitch, way inside. Cardinals have been dealing with that on the other side all day long.
Sure have. They haven't been sliders either.
Two 0 pitch. Back to Cecil. Steps and throws for the out. Here's Tyler Flowers with one down. Double scored on a wild pitch back in the 5th. That was really the big inning. And he launches one out to deep left field. Ozuna back at the wall, and it's a home run. Drive of the game. Pitch up, and Flowers with the home run, his 8th of the year. Here's Dansby Swanson. Made a couple of nice plays defensively, and even though at times he struggles at the plate, his glove will carry him at times. In the big leagues, he made a dazzling play out in Arizona to save a game for the final out. You think about the ball that Adams hit up the middle with a shift on that would have scored 2. Just a rocket that he hit. Swanson made the play.
He's going to learn to hit. You know, he's going to have to slow down a little bit. His bat really goes through the zone quickly. Get a little length out of it. Slow down on swinging at pitches like that. Buys him another pitch for maybe half of those pitches end up being balls, and so he'll learn. He'll slow down a little bit over the long haul, but he's going to play defense for sure.
Adam Duvall, the former Red and Giant, at the on-deck circle. Two and two.
This is a young man I would love to sit next to every single day for the year and just be in his ear, just like how I was taught. You gotta start asking him questions every at bat. You can't just ask him after he's struggling or after he's hot. You got to ask him, what are you thinking right there when you're swinging at that pitch? Why are you swinging at a breaking ball in the dirt in a 1-1 count or a 2-1 count? What are you looking for? So he's not seeing the ball, first of all.
Foul ball. Can you do too much talking to where a guy then is overthinking a situation?
I think you have to get in the brain and then start to get them to think along with what's going on. And that's where you can do too much talking about mechanics and being here and being there. But the thought process is what makes everyone better. And when he starts going out there and starts thinking, okay, it's 2-1, don't try to do too much. This guy doesn't throw a whole lot of fastballs and breaking balls for a strike, so don't try to pull. I mean, it becomes, what are you trying to do against each pitcher? What is this guy going to do? Is he going to allow me to swing it completely out of control and give me a pitch to hit, or is he going to nibble and be around the zone with breaking balls but not really give me something to really go after? And when you're going to get that over and over, you can't be too aggressive. Those are the pitches you have to learn to take, and that's what young players can't do early on. Over aggressive, and they want to hit everything hard. It might be a strike, but you know what? It might not be. But the chances of you taking that are a lot better than hitting it.
And you know he's got a world of talent.
Yeah, I mean, that's why. Those are the guys you want to really teach. I had Rod Carew in my corner, man. I thought it was too much at times, but he was so good about just the brain part of it. Why did you swing at that? What were you thinking? You know this guy throws strikes. You know this guy doesn't throw strikes. Start thinking about that when you go up there, not when you're 1-2, 2-2, 0-2, and you start panicking.
Adam Duvall, big power, as we saw with the Cincinnati Reds. It's a trade of Mike Leake from Cincinnati to San Francisco. Duvall coming back to the Reds. Leake then finished up with the Giants, signed as a free agent with St. Louis. Cardinals traded him last year to Seattle. And now Duvall here with the Atlanta Braves, the 1-1. 7-3 our score. Really has struggled here in Atlanta, just 4 for 44.
You asked me what I was going to do this winter. You know, I was just thinking about a little Blues hockey.
October 4th fires up. We'll have the game on Fox Midwest.
The brand new Enterprise Center. I'm sure those guys are cheering on the Cardinals. So what do you do in the winter? You cheer on the Blues.
A swing and a miss, and a strikeout for Brett Cecil. 7-3 our score. Adams coming up, and we come back. A.J. Minter. Pitch hit will be Patrick Wisdom for Matt Adams. The great Ray Barilli, longtime trainer of the St. Louis Blues. I'm sure watching our ball game along with many in the Enterprise Center as they get set for preseason action and a lot of practices, and then all of a sudden they drop the puck October 4th.
Doesn't take them long to get ready, does it?
Nope. Guys come in shape and ready to roll. A couple practices and start playing games.
Some special athletes.
Wisdom, a base hit into right. The great Ray Barilli.
Not trying to do too much. Fastball about a foot outside. Not a way to get your pitch. You never know.
Monday pitch arsenal for A.J. Minter. The fastball, slider, and change. Harrison Bader is homer today. That was back in the 5th inning. Carpenter at the on-deck circle.
How does that ball miss him?
It's been about 10 pitches. I don't know how some of the Cardinals have gotten out of the way.
The catcher caught that ball behind him.
Woo! It's the Ric Flair woo.
Accidental woo.
Here's a 1-0 pitch to Bader. 2-0.
Tell you what, I think one of the best things I've seen all season traveling. They dressed up the rookies as St. Louis Blues Hockey Club.
Seeing Adolis Garcia as a hockey player.
With eye black on.
With eye black. That was awesome. Carson Kelly was dressed with the goalie mask ready to roll.
Thank you so much for those guys to supply those outfits too, by the way. Two teams that are pretty close.
The 2-0 is a high fly ball lifted into left. Acuna with the catch. Pretty soon, Darren Pang and John Kelly calling Blues hockey on Fox Sports Midwest. Hour-long pregame show on October 4th. The Blues and I believe the Winnipeg Jets, the opening game. And our good friend Bernie Federko, a part of the telecast as well. Hall of Famer. Here's Carpenter in a little bit of a rut. Got out of it against a lefty long time ago in this season. Gets a lefty here. I was talking with John Kelly the other day, and one of the things that upset him was the loss of Lance Lynn. He was a huge Lance Lynn fan. Watches our games every night. Advancing Wisdom to second base in a ball that gets away. Wild pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner at second, Patrick Wisdom. 1 out. 2-0 the count on Carpenter. Cardinals down by 4 runs. Way inside. Colton Wong on deck. 3-0. I'm sure Braves fans and Brian Snitker and their bench are saying nothing easy here lately. Can't we just have a 1-2-3? That has not been the way it's gone. Trying to reduce their magic number to 6. 3-0 pitch. And that's ball 4. Anderson and Buehler tonight. Colorado and Los Angeles. Buehler was magnificent against the Cardinals over the weekend. One of the best well-pitched games we've seen against St. Louis this year. So here's Colton Wong doing anything he can to bring up the tying run to the plate. Jose Martinez at the on-deck circle. And if he didn't have that home run last inning, you're talking about the tying run at the plate. Every outing, every pitch, every appearance, so important. Ball one to Colton Wong. Wong grounded into a double play. It was back in the third. He struck out and flied out. 2-0. And things getting a bit uneasy. The 2-0 pitch. 3-0. Take a strike, maybe two. Jose Martinez on deck, and he's been swinging the bat well. Winkler up again in the Atlanta pen. Three and two the count.
Stereo right there.
The next two, Colton Wong. Did not go. The bases are loaded, and the tying run will come to the plate. Isn't this something? As Chuck Hernandez is out now. The bases loaded, one out.
Chuck's legs are getting tired. Going out there a lot the last couple weeks.
You just never know. You just never know. And again, late game, and the Cardinals making this ball game interesting.
The pitching coach goes to the mound sometimes and says, hey, come on, you know, like, what do we got going on? And loosen up, and what are we going to buy so-and-so for a wedding gift? That wasn't the message that just came across just there, if you could read lips.
Well, go ahead and tell us. It's a family program, though.
Well,
Braves down to 2 mound visits, and they're hoping that's it. Won't have to use it. 1 grand slam in his career. Remember, Martinez has struggled in this spot with the bases loaded. His last home run, August 28th.
well, he's swinging the bat better, so looking for a good at bat right here, and it would be nice if it was at least a double. If not, maybe I'm going to go for a homer.
He represents the tying run. Ball to Young at the on-deck circle.
Wouldn't this be something? All right.
Took some off it. No balls and a strike on Martinez, representing the tying run here in the top of the ninth. That's the swing that we've seen in this spot from Martinez. Wouldn't think he'd get anything other than something that's not a fastball. 0-2 pitch. Hit down the right field line, slicing foul. Nothing in 2. It's another 0-2 pitch to Martinez. It's up to DeYoung. This may be the guy you want up with his home run power and the way that he swung the bat here in this series. Ozuna on deck. DeYoung trying to extend the ball game. 2 outs, bases loaded. Two outs, bases loaded. First pitch to DeYoung. Vicious cut, strike 1. The Braves 2 strikes away from reducing their magic number to 6.
I think Chuck Hernandez's aggressive message got his attention.
Outfield deep and an 0-1 pitch to DeYoung. A ball and a strike. The 1-1. 1-2. And the Cardinals down to their final strike. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the bases loaded here in the top of the ninth. Tying run at the plate. And DeYoung pops it up. This will do it. The Braves salvage a game in the series. They hold on for the 7-3 win. Freddie Freeman, our Budweiser player and plays of the game. He had a big series. Cardinals really couldn't find a way to get him out. Home run, couple of singles, the intentional walk. 3 runs batted in. The Budweiser plays of the game thanks to Freddie Freeman. So the Cardinals win 2 of 3. They win another series. 9 to go in the regular season. Back home on Friday night with San Francisco. Post-game show. Missouri Lottery Cardinals Live comes your way next.